So today we're working on this example worksheet, okay? We're doing lesson 1, solve one-step addition and subtraction equations. Now, I'm going to do a few examples with you, and then you're going to do the rest of them on your own, okay? So let's start with example 1. Let's start with number 1. So let's start with number 1. Okay. So for number 1, you guys, remember, what we're going to do is we're going to use this cover-up method, okay? So you're going to take your finger and you're going to cover up what you're solving for. So what are you going to put your finger on? You're going to put your finger on A. You don't scribble it out, you just put your finger on it, okay? Now, we want to get that blue dot by itself on that left-hand side of the equal sign. So if I want that blue dot by itself, what do I need to get rid of? The 4. What kind of 4 is that? That is a positive 4, right? So what's the inverse of positive 4? Negative 4. So we're going to subtract 4 on both sides. So we're going to subtract 4 here, and we're going to subtract 4 there. Is everybody with me? Now, this is a number plus its opposite. So what is this equal to? That's 0. That's a number plus its opposite, right? So now I have A by itself. See, because A plus 0 is A. Is everybody clear? And that's equal to 11 minus 4, which is 7. All right, so let's move over to this subtraction one, okay? Now, again, you're going to use your cover-up. So you're going to put your finger on whatever you're solving for. So what are we solving for? M. Now, what do I need to get rid of? The negative 7. Very good. Now remember, oh, I keep forgetting. Let's do that dotted line there, okay? So we want to get rid of the negative 7. What is the inverse of a negative 7? Positive 7. So we're going to add 7 on both sides. Now, this is a number plus its opposite. That's equal to 0. So now we have m plus or minus 0. That's equal to m. So we're going to bring that down. Is equal to 1 plus 7, which is 8. All right, so we're going to do number 18 just because there's fractions, and I want you to practice your ABC button on your calculator, okay? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover up what we're solving for. Well, actually, let's draw our line first so we don't forget. Okay? So, what am I going to cover up for number 18? The U. What kind of U is that? So remember, the operation is also the sign of the number that follows. So I want to cover up the variable, that U, and the positive, okay, and the plus. So we're covering up that whole thing. So if I want to get that U by itself, what do I want to get rid of? The negative 5, 6, right? What's the inverse of a negative 5, 6? That's going to be a positive 5, 6. So we're going to add 5, 6 on both sides. Okay? So here, again, this is a number plus its opposite. What's that equal to? That's equal to 0. So on that side, on the right-hand side of the equal sign, what do I have left? 0 plus U is U. Right, that's U. And now, we're going to use our calculators, okay? So you're going to type in for, let me highlight what I'm doing. So, for this one, you're going to type in 1, ABC, 3. And because it's negative, you're going to press the plus minus button. Is everybody with me? And then we have, oops, and then we have plus 5, 6. So you're going to put plus, and then 5 ABC 6 equals. And what do you get? 1/2. Very good. Is everybody clear? So 1/2 is equal to U. All right. So for number 19, this is a word problem. It says the second book in your favorite series has 9 more chapters than the first book in the series. The second book has 38 chapters. How many chapters does the first book have? So you guys, we need to write an equation and then solve it to get this answer. Is everybody clear? All right. So what is important here? All right. It says there's the second book in your favorite series. So this is the second book, right? Has 9 more chapters than the first book. Okay? What else is important? The second book has 38 chapters. Okay? We want to know how many chapters does the first book have. Now the first book says, let's see. We're going to start with the second book, okay? Because it says the second book has 9 more chapters than the first. Do I know how many the first is? No, that's what we're looking for, right? That's what we're looking for. How many chapters in the first book? That's what we don't know. So let's do X is equal to chapters in first. So that means up here, that's my X. Is everybody with me? Now, how do I write 9 more chapters than the first? So that is going to be 9 plus X. 9 plus X. This is 9 chapters more than the first, right? You could also do X plus 9, right? Okay? And that's how many chapters are in the second book, right? Does everybody see it? That's how many chapters are in the second book. How many chapters are in the second book? 38. So this, 9 plus X, that is equal to 38. And there's my equation. So now we're going to solve it. So there's my line. What am I covering up? The X, the positive X. Very good. Now, what do I need to get rid of to get that positive X by itself? I need to get rid of the 9. What kind of 9 is that? That is a positive 9. This is a positive 9. What is the inverse of a positive 9? A negative 9. So we're going to subtract 9 on both sides. Is everybody clear with that? So this is a number plus its opposite. That's equal to 0. And 0 plus X is X. And then 38 minus 9 is 29. 29 what? Chapters. All right, so we're going to talk about number 20. So number 20 says the sum of the measures of the angles of a trapezoid is 360, right? What does sum mean, you guys? That's the total, right? That means we're adding them all together, right? So the sum means the total. We're going to add those all together, right? Now, what does it say the sum is equal to? The sum of the measures of the angles of a trapezoid is 360. So if you guys, if we add 100 plus 110 plus 80 plus b, that's going to be equal to 360. Is everybody clear? All right.